most famous physical therapist on the internet.
Hi folks, I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
Together we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
And our opinion, of course, Bob.
Today we're going to go over 7 things to try for foot pain. These are things you can just give it a go, give it an experiment, see if any of them work for you.
Yeah.
Foot pain is a problem, isn't it? You know, it really affects the way you move.
Well, it hurts.
Yeah, that's true. By the way, if you're new to our channel, please take a second to subscribe to us. We provide videos how to stay healthy, fit, pain-free, and we upload every day. And also, if you get the chance, go to bobandbrad.com.
Whoa!
Because this week we're giving away a knee glide.
That's right.
You want to show it how it works?
Yeah, go ahead, Bob. Go ahead.
So go to bobandbrad.com, go to the giveaway section. See Brad's demonstrating the knee glide. It can be also, the contest will also be on Facebook. It'll be pinned to the top of the page. You can get a chance to win 1 or 2 of those. Go find a short version of us on Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok.
Bob, you soloed that all by yourself. That was a nice word. Oh, you want to play with it?
Well, no, I'm done with it. We're going to get it out of the way.
Good.
So first thing to try with foot pain, real simple trick. You just take a water bottle and you freeze it. This isn't frozen.
No.
We're going to simulate. And what you're going to do is you can roll your foot on the bottle then.
Do you want me to roll my foot?
Maybe not.
One little thing, though, is when you freeze it, don't fill it all the way up to the top. Make sure there's an airspace in there, because otherwise it expands and breaks your plastic bottle.
Right, and all of a sudden you're going to have problems.
Then you'll say bad things about us. And we don't like that.
So the nice thing about it almost massages the bottom of the foot a little bit. And it freezes it down. So this is really good for plantar fasciitis or pain that's on the bottom of the foot, obviously. It won't help with foot pain anywhere else. Next thing, you want to make sure you're stretching that foot. So there's 2 stretches we want you to do. One is a heel cord stretch. You want to show that one, Brad, first?
Yep.
And I'll take my sock off in the meantime.
Now, actually, if I was doing this at home, it works a little bit better with your shoes on, particularly if you got a pair of walking shoes or running shoes. Not a leather sole with a slippery sole. You want a rubber, but this works pretty good too. Oh, yes.
See, you're stretching the foot, but you're also stretching this heel cord. If this heel cord is tight, it's going to transmit some of the forces to the foot. That movement's got to come from somewhere.
Right.
And the foot's going to have to try to take up the movement, and it's going to cause increased pain. So you definitely, I don't think there's a person alive that shouldn't be doing a calf stretch, Brad.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways to do it other than this, but this is a nice way to do it. You know, you can either hold it for, 15 to 30 seconds, or you can go, pressure on, pressure off, and do that about 10 times.
Yeah, and you can do the one leaning against the wall. I think we all know that stretch too.
Yeah.
But
we have some nice videos on just heel cord stretching.
Yeah. So the other stretch, if you have plantar fasciitis, this is the stretch you actually want to do before you even get out of the bed in the morning.
Oh.
Because all night long, the foot has been healing, the fascia, and you want to stretch it out and massage it actually too. We're going to show that later. But when you want to stretch the fascia, you're going to grab the up by the toes, basically. And you're going to pull back like this and pull the foot toward me at the same time.
All the toes?
All the toes.
Yep.
And the fascia actually extends up into the toes. That's why we're stretching the toes here. And you can probably see that on my foot. It's probably not very attractive, but you can see these bands are really taut right now.
Yeah. Really, we look at from the toes all the way around the heel up to the knee as one unit. It's all those tissues are connected, so you don't you can stretch one at a time, but you want to make sure that you stretch it all. And this actually gets all of them at once.
Number 3, you want to make sure you remove the corns and calluses from your foot. If you have corns and calluses and they hurt, you're going to adjust the way you walk, and it's going to cause foot pain.
This is a big problem.
This is a big problem, and I was using one of my wife's wife
apostrophe S?
Yeah, I didn't want to say wives like I have one wife. So I was using one of her, I don't know, roll-on electric thing, and it just didn't work.
Whatever, Bob.
So anyway, I got one of these. This is a Microplane. I love this thing. I've mentioned this before on these videos.
This is like if you're 50 or older, you can appreciate.
Yeah, because I think I have a corn right there, but this is usually where I have the calluses, and I'm just going to do a little bit here. I don't know if you can pick this up, but can you see that?
I can hear it cut through that callus.
That's like cheese. Right there.
Why, Bob?
But you can see the white there. I don't know if you can see that or not. No?
People do not need to see
They don't need to see that, but this thing
callus.
works fantastic. And it's less than $10. You should be giving these away as gifts.
Yeah, the first time he ever did a video on it, he was like in heaven.
Yeah.
They do work well, though, I got to admit. And it is kind of fun.
Yeah, I do it like at least once a month because I'm a runner, so I develop calluses on my feet.
Yeah, and it can really become
a real problem.
Your gait.
Yeah. So this is the big thing, too, that really can help baby your feet. I got the Renfo massager.
Oh, so show them.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that, baby.
Yeah, look at that. They changed the color.
Yeah, it's white on white. I didn't even know if they can see it. It might be invisible.
It's really sharp looking now. So they have these liners inside of it that they can be removed and washed.
Sure.
So if you want to share it with somebody, you can. And I always use it with my socks on too.
Oh, yeah.
But you stick your feet in there, and they say it's for up to, I think, size 12. But
what do you have?
I have 12s.
And your fit feet?
Yeah, my feet fit.
Your fit feet.
I think it'd be close if you wanted to go any higher, though. It'd be. So you push it on, and it's got like the intensity for kneading and the air intensity. So it kind of kneads the bottom of the foot.
So that's like a massage.
Like a massage, but it also squeezes the foot a little bit.
Compression.
Like
a compression all the way around from the top of the foot, the bottom, and it helps push that fluid up, and that's what you want. You want to have, if you have swelling in your feet, it'll help minimize that. But why did you say kneading instead of massage?
Well, that's what it's called on here.
Really?
Yeah, it calls knead intensity.
Oh, really?
So, by the way, our office manager, she has neuropathy.
Oh, yeah.
And she uses, I said, let me know. Does it help your neuropathy? We gave her one of these.
Yeah.
And she said, absolutely. It helped. Oh. And it makes sense because it's getting more blood flow to the foot, which helps the nerves. So
anytime you can improve blood flow, it's going to help healing. It's going to help everything. It's just the key.
Yeah, I don't know if I've found anybody, Brad, that doesn't love this thing. I'm serious. This thing, I mean.
I do have to admit, though, that kneading part, it can get too aggressive.
Yeah.
But they have 3 different levels, right?
They have 3 different levels, and I would say the high, especially if you're elderly, it might be too much. Mm-hmm. It's borderline for me, but So let's say you don't have the money, don't want to spend it. You can actually massage your own foot.
Absolutely.
You want to show that, Brad?
Well, should I do it on my foot with the sock or the foot without?
Foot without, I'd say. You're gonna have to turn there. Oh, yeah. You want to show circles and kneading?
Yep. So.
Splaying. I'm sorry.
So I'm going to do it with my thumbs. Going to grab around.
I think you better turn a little bit more.
A little more?
Yeah. Don't you
Jess,
think?
What do you think?
Yeah.
There we go. So I'll start with the splaying, Bob. So thumbs together in the middle, and you can start wherever you want on the bottom. I'm going to start right below the MTP joints here, and I'm going to spread. It's kind of like push in deep. You don't want to just do the skin. You want to get the tissue underneath the skin. That's real critical. That's what plantar fascia is. Plus, it helps the circulation and actually feels better, except for on your thumbs after a while. They do get tired. They will get fatigued. You can do that or circles. And you'll know, you kind of experiment where you may find some knots or nodules in the soft tissue that after you massage them, they loosen up and it feels better and life is much better. Yeah, and you can do this to a family member if you want to give them a treat. I'll give you a foot massage. Ha ha ha. Well,
I was going to say when my wife asked me for a foot massage, I go over and pick this thing up and give it to her. So that solves the problem right there. All right, next thing, you might try an off-the-shelf orthotic or arch support.
Sure.
If you have flat feet, I'd go ahead and try basically more of an arch support.
Right.
And want to show Brad on these why they've got pretty good arch support. They actually support well.
Yeah, if you look here, it's an arch support. One thing I like to say, if it's really rigid and you cannot bend it, that might be too rigid. I like what they call a semi-rigid, where it's stiff, but it has some give, so that when you walk, it does give a little bit.
It's one of those things, Brad. It's really
it depends
on the
personal.
person. Like we just had a couple of people try this one.
Yep.
And one person had flat feet and he loved it.
Yep.
And one person didn't and he hated it.
Yep.
So it's but I definitely would not, and I think you would agree with me, Brad, I would not spend the money on a custom orthotic to begin with by any means.
Right. I guess if your insurance covered it, we got nothing to lose, but a lot of times they don't cover it anymore.
Yeah, for $500 and they've done the studies, and most of the times they found that these are just as good.
You might have to go through a couple different pair to get the right ones to fit. If you could go into the store and pull these out and try them on, but and
you
do
can't always
3
do
or
that.
4, you can't always do that. But so you just have to look at them closely. These are Thule's. They seem to be built well and nicely constructed.
Yeah.
And you can custom, if they fit in your shoe and they're too big, you just simply take a scissors. Usually
trim them
the forefoot you can trim, and that's easy to do.
Now, if you don't have flat feet, you might just get an insert that's cushioned.
Yes.
And that's, the average person would like that quite often is.
Especially if you work on cement floors.
Work on hard floors.
And you don't have a cushion. Sometimes if you have a workstation, it's cushioned there, which makes a big difference. But if you're walking around, then that's a different story.
You know what, Brad? I didn't prepare for number 7.
Why not?
Well, I didn't bring my shoes down. I was going to try. Number 7 is try different shoes.
Oh,
so there's, if you may not know this, especially with running shoes, there's 3 main types. Most brands have 3 types, right, Brad?
Right.
I've seen 4 one
Well,
time,
now the 4th one just come out.
Oh yeah, that's
the minimalist.
Minimalist. Okay, through the magic of video, suddenly we have the 3 shoes that we were concerned about. So the first one, as we mentioned, is the motion control. This is for someone, especially if they have flat feet a lot of times. Now, these are really a rigid shoe that really give you a lot of support. Now, look at this one. You can't even bend it. There's so much support in here that it just won't bend. That's
really not technically a motion control
No, it isn't,
shoe, but it's similar.
Yeah, it's not. It's a Zeba, but
yeah.
You'd break your knee with that, Brad.
Bob, why, Bob?
All right,
bringing out the true him.
Why don't you show a stability or neutral shoe?
Yeah, and I've got a neutral arch, and that's what I wear. You can see it. There's it's thick here, but it won't be as thick as stability.
It's not hard there either. You can push into this a little bit.
Right. And you can I call the 1 finger test. If you can do this and bend it over.
But it bends, but there's still some support there.
Right, exactly. As opposed to a minimalist shoe, which they've come out in the last few years, you can just twist those things right up, and it's like just a piece of rubber on the bottom.
Interesting enough, I have really high arches, but these are the ones I wear.
Yeah, I wear these, but when I run now, I use a minimalist because I 4-foot run.
Oh, sure.
But I wouldn't, if I didn't 4-foot run, I wouldn't do that.
Sure. And the final one is the cushioned, and this one's similar to the minimalist, in that the cushioned shoe can also bend up like this, but it's really cushioned.
Yeah.
And this is my wife's shoe, not her foot, and she can't use any other shoe besides these now. It's really
got the extra
cushion
in there.
And she actually gets pain on the outside of her foot when she doesn't wear those. So shoes are huge, I think, as you all know it there. So, you got to realize there are the 4 different types now, and go to a store that has some people with some knowledge.
Right.
And they can direct you to, but by the way, just as a rule of thumb, make sure it feels good immediately.
Yeah. Don't have the salesperson say, well, you'll adjust to it and your foot will adapt, or the shoe will break in after a week and you'll like it. Chances are it won't, and just don't walk out, run out.
Yeah. But by the way, we'll put a link below for the Renfo if you want to check one out. So thanks everybody for watching.